From mountains to deserts, oceans to jungles, people have come together to celebrate throughout time. From the beginning of time to today, they've been more than mere moments of celebration. They are reflections of our past, molded by survival, religion, harvest, and hope. Some burn candles to honor their heritage. Others send out lanterns to ward off evil spirits. And everywhere, in every culture, animals stride alongside us not as mute observers, but as sacred emblems, friends, and even messengers of the unknown. But what do these festivals really represent? Why did they endure wars, catastrophes, and the tide of modernity? Why do they continue to attract crowds under colored skies, generation after generation? The solutions are not always apparent. They conceal themselves in the hues of the mask, in the beat of the drum, in the glint in the eyes of animals that share the road with us. Tonight, we move stealthily into the center of celebration, a realm in which ancient rituals still linger, in which mystery and significance lurk behind each mask, and in which the pulse of a drum can freeze time itself. In southern India, the Thrissur Puram festival comes alive every year like a living canvas. Thousands fill the temple court. The scent of jasmine and incense fills the air. Children perched on the shoulders of their elders await the initial stroke of chenda drums. And then they arrive elephants, all attired in glimmering baubles, their great bodies slowly swaying to the rhythm. The elephant in the Hindu culture is not just an animal, it is a bringer of blessings, a reminder of memory and wisdom. It is Lord Ganesha who has the elephant head, who is invoked to destroy obstacles and clear the way. As two temple troops meet, parasols go up and down in a silent battle of beauty. Who will overshadow whom this year? The audience holds its breath, waiting. But the festival has no loser or winner. Its enchantment is unity when the drums pound together, when the elephants move side by side, when the night sky bursts with color and the river glows with 1,000 lights, and as the elephants move off into darkness, bells ringing in the distance, one cannot help but ask, will the next morning be the same magic? Or will this have dissolved like smoke on the breeze? As winter recedes and the Lunar New Year comes, China changes. Firecrackers pop and boom like miniature thunderstorms. Red packets are handed over from elders to young ones, with money and good fortune within. But it is the dragon that rules the streets. Dragons in Chinese legend are not monsters to be killed. They are guardians, rain-bringers, river guardians, figures of power, and good fortune. The dragon dance is an extravaganza of togetherness. Dozens of performers concealed within one flowing body, turning and twisting to the rhythm of gongs. A pearl of insight bobs just out of grasp, and the dragon pursues it eternally as if pursuing the future itself. Kids gasp, their mouths agape. Grandparents smile, recalling their own youth. The dragon is cloth, bamboo, and paint, yet at the moment, it's almost real. And as the final lantern floats off into the darkness, a still question remains in the crisp air. Will the dragon return to the village next year with gifts or with warnings? In Spanish villages, Carnival is not just celebration, it's defiance. It precedes Lent, preceding the quiet of fasting, preceding the world's stillness. Faces are concealed behind masks. Laughter and music overflow from each doorway. And in certain towns, the rooster steals the show. Why a rooster? In Spanish mythology, it is the dawn herald, the loud call that announces the end of the night and the return of the light. In Galicia, a rooster symbol is paraded through the streets. Its crow signals the start of days full of mischief, play, and a touch of madness. But Carnival is not infinite. When the music ceases and the masks come off, the rooster reminds the folk, the light has come, but it will depart. The cycle must repeat. With the disappearance of summer in the Alps, a more subdued celebration forms the Alpabfahrt, or Alpine descent. Months spent grazing high in the meadows, and the cows come back down to the valleys. Each carries a crown of alpine flowers, a bell rubbed to a mirror gloss. The ringing of hundreds of bells is like an old hymn. The cow in this case is more than livestock. It is life itself. It gives milk during the tough months, reminds one of the high pastures, and punctuates the seasons. The villagers look on proudly, but nervously too. The weather can turn in an instant. The storm might trap them on the cliffs. Will the lead cow, selected for her steadiness, lead them through unscathed? Gradually, the herd comes down. Each hoofprint is a vow that the turn of pasture and valley, of summer and snow, will again occur. In the Yoruba heartlands of Nigeria, the Egungun celebration is a tribute to the spirit ancestors. There, dancers become a bridge between life and death. Their regalia layer on layer of color hides the human underneath. Some dance as the wind, others as snakes winding, striking, retreating. The African snake is not always dangerous. It is change, healing, sloughing off old skin for new. The onlookers stand still as the dancer stops and then sways. Is this a man? Or is this ancestor come back to dance once more? No reply is provided. The drums keep on beaten. The darkness deepens, and the spirits, maybe, approach. Mongolia's Naadam festival is a fiesta of endurance and pride. For centuries, the three manly games, wrestling, archery, and horse racing, have celebrated the nomadic spirit of this place. The horse, loyal and fast, is the real star. They are ridden by children for miles at a time without saddles, relying on knees and balance alone. They don't run for gold, they run for glory, for the ballad that will sing their name across the plains. When the race begins, dust devils dance like spirits. The crowd leans in. Will the boy fall? Will the horse fail? But in Mongolia, the triumph is not at the finish line, it is in the ride, in the relationship between a child and an animal that has borne empires. In Morocco, the holidays blend Berber origins and Islamic tradition. At Eid al-Adha, goats and sheep can be offered up as a sacrifice, an act of thanksgiving and commemoration of Abraham's zeal. But the Atlas goats serve another purpose. They ascend the Argan trees, their hooves grasping impossible branches. They are believed to be a sign of fertility, of harvest, of good fortune. Children point, villagers chuckle, but the villagers' elders regard the scene with a silent inquiry. On which branch will the goat decide to climb? The highest, the lowest? Will it remain or jump? Every movement whispers fate. The Highland Games are perhaps best known for caber tossing and heavy stone lifting, but there's another event with its own kind of enchantment, the sheepdog trials. Man and dog become one mind here. A whistle pierces the air. The dog shoots off to the left. The sheep hesitate, unsure, and move as one body. Sheep are peace, community, the soul of the Highlands. The dog is skill and loyalty. Together they perform an ancient dance older than any recording. The crowd waits in rapt breath as the gate swings wide. Will the flock go through cleanly? Will a lone stray bolt off? It is in the still moments, not the noisy, that history is written. Around the world, festivals come and go like waves. Some mark the harvest, some summon the spirits, some greet the sun, the rain, or the turn of the year. In all of them, animals are present not as visitors, but as pathfinders. They bear our aspirations on their backs, our terrors in their eyes, our forebears in their silhouettes. And as the world becomes faster and faster, these festivals remind us to stop, to come together, to recall that we are not alone, not on the mountain, not in the city, not in the stillness after the drums have stopped. For where celebration is, there is connection, and where there is connection, there is life.